Section 6-1, Part 3. Let's look at this example of writing systems of equations to represent problems. Wildlife biologists studied the weights of two alligators over a period of 12 months. The initial weight and growth rate of each alligator are shown in the table. Write a system of equations the biologist could use to compare the weights of the alligator. So let's look at our chart. We have alligator 1 and alligator 2. We have the initial weight of alligator 1 is 4. The initial weight of alligator 2 is 6. Let's look at their rate of growth. Alligator 1's rate of growth is 1.5 pounds per month. Alligator 2's rate of growth is 1 pound per month. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write an equation for the weight of alligator 1. Okay? So, what I want us to realize that weight equals the initial weight, which we're given in our chart, plus your growth rate times time. So your weight is equal to your initial weight plus your growth rate times time. That's how you will get the weight of each alligator. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let W equal the alligator weight. We've got to let our variables be represented by something. So we're going to let W equal the alligator's weight, and we're going to let T equal the time in months. Because notice we were given the initial weight and we were given the rate of growth per month. So I'm going to let W represent the alligator weight and T represent the time in months. So let's write an equation for alligator 1. So we will take the weight is equal to the alligator's initial weight is 4 plus the growth rate of alligator 1 is 1.5 times time. Well, our T represents the time in months, so it would be times T. So we could write that W equals to 4 plus 1.5 T. You can just attach the T to the 1.5 because when you have 1.5 T, that means 1.5 times T. Okay, so we have W is equal to 4 plus 1.5 T. Next, let's write an equation for alligator 2. Write an equation for the weight of alligator 2. Okay, so let's write an equation for alligator 2. We will still let W represent the alligator weight and T represent the time in months. So going to our information about alligator 2. With alligator 2, our initial weight is 6 and our rate of growth is 1 pound per month. So the weight would be equal to 6 plus 1 pound per month times T. So we can change that to W equals 2, 6 plus just T. 1 times T is T. There's no reason to put a 1 in front of T. It's understood to be there. If you have a variable, you have an understood coefficient of 1 in front of this T, but no need to put it. So the two equations that would form the system is W equals to 4 plus 1.5 T. That's for alligator 1. And W equals to 6 plus T for alligator 2. So this is the system that the biologists could use to compare the weights of the alligators.